Hey fellas, your commissioner here, coming at you for a little week 2 of NFL action. Looks like we made it through the first week. Pretty relatively unscathed for most owners. I'd say 11 out of the 22 owners. Even though we have 6 winners, 6 losers. We'll just go ahead, kind of do things out of order just a little bit. Talking about our special game of the week. Our Stretch Island Fruit Leather game of the week. As many of you know, it was Rip versus Wheeler. Certainly lived up to the hype that matchup usually lives up to. It was quite the shootout, highest scoring, I believe, matchup of the week, with the final tally being 148.55 to 146.6. Now I'm sure you're saying, Laz, well, no, you guys are smart. You guys know why I'm talking about this first, right? Obviously, we had a little conflict with the scoring, specifically in relation to IDPs. About halfway through the game or early second quarter, something like that, Nick puts out in the group me, our interception's now worth 7 points. I told him, no. I'm thinking, what? No, surely not, right? Surely not. It's preposterous to me that interceptions would be worth 7 points. I'm thinking to myself, that's how much a safety is. So, I scramble through the Constitution. I look, I say, no. I just send the screenshot. It's 4 points, right? Interceptions are worth 4 points. Well, come to do a little digging, and apparently ESPN thinks that an interception is also a pass defended. So you not only get the 4 points for the interception, you get 3 points for a pass defended, making it a total of 7 points per interception. Obviously not the intent. Whenever we sat down and talk about these scoring systems every year, we go through, hey, 4 points for a pick, good, not good, okay? We say, yeah, 4 points for an interception is good. Not thinking that a pass defended would also be included on the interception. A swat is not a pick, all right? I don't know why ESPN wants to call them the same thing. If they are, they need to change it and say, instead of saying pass defended, they need to call it SWAT, or they need to make up a new stat called SWAT or tip, whatever. It's unfortunate that this was just now brought to light, but I don't know what you want me to do. We took a vote, 7-5, that, it needs to be changed immediately, and I was just hoping and praying that this contest would not have been determined by 2 points or less, and sure enough, it was. If the scoring system had remained intact, Rip would have won 148.6 to 148.05. Literally the closest a matchup can be without being a tie. It sucks. It sucks to be put in that position as a commissioner. I know Rip thinks that Nick was sucking me off or whatever to be able to get this done. I think I've proven my stance on how I feel about Nick's fantasy team pretty robustly. If you have any doubts, just go look through pick any video pretty much that I've ever done with, and I'm pretty bad mouthing Nick's team and how I want him to do bad at fantasy. Rip did the research. He said that this affected a matchup in the past that could have affected the seeding of the playoffs. Obviously, he's looked deep into this. It's unfortunate that it did, but at the same time, Nick had the wherewithal to realize that there was an error in the way that these were being scored that we were not aware of, and so it just needed to be changed. Ideally, this would have been caught before the season started. It wasn't. At the same time, it was caught and changed before this outcome was determined. So we knocked the point down. Originally, it was going to be 2-2, 2 for a pass defended, 2 for a pick. Made the point that, well, pass defended, it still needs to be 3, and you just get the extra point if you actually catch it. That's fine. That way you're not losing points for just a tipped pass. So we did that, and this was the outcome. What a game of the week, right? What a game of the week. It's week 1, COVID year. You got controversy. You got close games. Rip didn't even have his 2 starting wide receivers and pulls off this shit with Valdez-Scantling and John Brown both getting tutties. I mean, it's week 1, fellas. It's week 1. If the reaction to this from the owner in question, Rip, had maybe been a little less frantic, and I certainly understand his franticism, if that's a word. I don't know if it's a word. It is now. And his anger. It's a shitty way to lose. Anytime it's even just a 2-point loss, regardless of anything going on, sucks. But what I'll tell you is what I've told you in the past. If this was the other way around, you absolutely would want the point totals changed. And if you say different, you're lying. If you knew that this was the case, you'd want it changed as well. We had the majority on the council agree that it needed to be changed immediately. We had the majority of the league. That's 2-2. That's 2, I guess. Both parties confirmed this. I told myself before I started this video that I wasn't going to dwell on this topic, but I feel like it deserves to be fully fleshed out so you can see the thought process that's going on. We also made the last-ditch effort that an offensive player recovering a fumble should count as 2 points. No, it's not. The offense retained possession, so it's no different than somebody falling on a fumble or a muffed snap or whatever. You kept possession. So the reason why an offensive player can get credit for a tackle is because if a quarterback throws an interception, now they are on defense. And so they become a defensive player. If they make a tackle, they get a point. Okay? If the offense fumbles and the offense gets it, unless it's a touchdown, you don't get any points. So I feel like that's pretty straightforward. No real controversy with that. What I'll tell you, Rip, it's week 1. You got a hell of a team, especially at running back. I think you're going to be just fine. It sucks to lose. I get it. It sucks to lose to Nick, especially on a point change. But do you want to bitch and moan about it all season and complain, and it's not going to solve anything? Or use this motivation, say that I screwed you over, say that Nick screwed you over, take it personal and just try to get your name on the trophy again, say the hell with everybody. That's all I got for that. Other than that, it's a very good game, very good week of games, actually. Let's go ahead and break down some of the rest of the matchups for this week, or last week, rather. Go with myself versus Wake and Drake. We got 153 to 104. Felt good. I'm not going to lie to you. It felt good to come out there and put up the second highest point total of the week. It's been a long time, and hey, those expectations are just going up, and you know what that means they're going to come crashing down. I know they're going to come crashing down. It's only a matter of time. But hell of a start. Double digits except for my IDP and RB2, which was somewhat to be expected. JD had a solid game. He got screwed over by Kirk and Preston Williams a little bit there. Obviously, Van Der Esch getting hurt as well. But I think he's got a solid foundation. Obviously, Kenny Golladay was out, but he does have the Marlon Mack injury vaults Jonathan Taylor into high-end RB2, maybe even low-end RB1 value there. So his running back room's looking pretty good. I think he'll bounce back just fine. It's allergy season, guys. Of course, first few videos of the year are always fun. Brings us to our next matchup of Kickers' Lives Matter. Oh, no, you know what? Duncan, you almost slipped by me. I told you what would happen if you didn't break 100. I was going to have your ass. And, I got to commend everybody. Everybody in the league broke 100 points. Most people broke 120. Solid week from everybody. And then you got Duncan, he scores 97.2. He scores 97.2 points. Now, I know we took away a couple points from the interceptions, but, folks, let me tell you, that had nothing to do with him scoring less than 100. I mean, just an absolute embarrassment of a team he put together. I said that this was a matchup of the toilet bowl. My apologies to Ford. It was disrespectful to Ford, who had 145. Very good game. Duncan texted me. He took offense. He said, I had the best record in the league last year. I was on the cusp of being in the championship if Marlon Mack hadn't got hurt. I'm a good team, Laz. Respect me. And you know what he does to get me to respect him? He goes out and lays the lowest point total of the week. I mean, you got Dak. Okay game from him, 20 points. That's, if you're not getting 20 points out of your quarterback, you messed up. You shouldn't be starting him. He got nothing out of Chubb, nothing out of Ingram. If I start Mark Ingram, DJ Moore did nothing, Hilton nothing, Marvin Jones nothing. Jonnu tried to save him. He got a touchdown trying to get him to over that 100 mark on Monday night. Late. Didn't work. Amari actually had a very good game, to my surprise. But, I mean, you look at his bench. I mean, maybe he left some production on the bench. No, not really. It's bad. I mean, look at this. Can you see it? Look at this. 6 points, 5 points, 4 points, 6 points. I mean, outside of Dak and Mari, I just don't know where these points are going to come this season. I just don't see it. Now, there'll be better weeks than this, I'm sure. But not a great start to the season. Not the way you want to kick off your best league record campaign, I'll tell you that. Get on forward, like I said, 145. Strong game out of Kyler, Carson. Diggs looked good as well. Dalvin looked good. Did suffer the Love Bell injury, unfortunately for him. Puts him very thin at running back, but he's got two studs in Carson and Cook, so he should be able to overcome it. Good debut for CD. So Ford's 1-0, Duncan's 0-1. At the very, very, very bottom, 12th out of 12 in the standings. There's your respect. Anyways, brings us to a little bit of a surpriser here. Actually, we have a special guest for that one, so let me put a pin in it just quick. Get to these other two. Revenge match for Craig of last year's championship match between Plunk and Craig. Plunk's able to pull that one away late, 145 to 121. Looking like, Craig was going to make a game of it with strong game from Rodgers. He was going toe to toe with Lamar. But outside of that, very, very bad production across the board. his receivers combined for, about less than 30 points. Mixon did nothing. You got Michael Thomas is hurt now. Marlon Mack's hurt. Tore his Achilles. Ruggs is hurt. Lindsey's hurt. Thompson did nothing. Buddy, you got some work to do. Aaron Rodgers isn't going to throw 4 touchdowns every week. So, strong showing from Plunk. He was really carried by his big 4, Lamar, Alvin, Hopkins, and Kelsey. Outside of that, not a lot of production. Did have some good stuff off the bench for Hines and Robinson. A lot of people were sleeping on Plunk. They didn't think he was going to have a very good season. Didn't really think he was a contender. I understand he's one injury away from being nothing, but as of right now, I think he's a strong contender to make it back to the championship. So, and then we got Hawk and Savoy matching up. Hawk was able to win that one, 138 to 124. Is back and forth early on. McCaffrey was doing his thing. Jacobs was doing his thing. Cam was balling out. But, ultimately, Fant had a super strong game on Monday night. And really, Savoy just didn't get the production from his two of his top 2 receivers, in Odell and Keenan. But, overall, I think they can figure it out. They're not going to be combining for less than 15 points week in, week out. If they do, obviously he's got a problem, big problem. But I think he's going to be just A-okay. He's got a get-right game coming up this week, so we'll get into that soon. I think brighter days are ahead for Savoy. And, hey, strong start for Hawk, man. He's saying he's here and ready to contend. So, all right, so that brings us to our special guest. We got to this guy reached out, wanted to participate after probably one of the best showings he's ever had in league history. Maybe probably the best, if I had to take a guess. So let's see here. There he is. Let's go FaceTime. Who could it be? Who could it be? So, you got 2 options. And obviously I already kind of spoiled it. So see if he answers. If he doesn't answer, then we'll just move right along with it. I told him when I was going to call, so we'll see. Hey, there he is.
Are you live right now?
Oh, I'm live, baby. You know I'm live. I told you. There he is. Yeah.
Hey, everyone. Yeah, thanks for running your house. It's looking like a 5-minute window.
Oh, I told you about 5 o'clock, so. Oh, there it is. The shirt's off.
Here.
Right now?
Start here.
Kind of, and you're supposed to put that shelf up. You never put that shelf up. Be careful with the plants, please. And the window. Oh my God, don't. Jeez.
Yeah, get the good lighting now.
I cleaned your camera. Hold on. Camera's dirty. Yes, why you gotta have shirt?
Howdy, fellas. It's your commissioner here coming at you for a week 1 recap and a week. Oh, wait, I did it. Hold on. I keep forgetting.
You need your.
No. Just be quiet. Keep forgetting this Corona thing. It's got my, rain everywhere. People are like, oh, here comes Wilson, with the mustache, the long hair, trying to be like Blaine. When will he find out he's never be as cool as Blaine? Okay, well, it took me a while, and I realized it now. I did like 8 months solid of calf raises and couldn't get those things popping. So, like I said, I keep thinking some days, good at fantasy, like I scored the most points this week. Oh, wait! I am that dude! I did score the most points! Yes, I did! Woo! So, I just want to thank all you guys, all the haters, if you will, for the, your disdain, your disapproval, or just like outright disrespect of my squad. As the current commissioner awarded me a grade of a D. I've been used to holding a D, below the belt. This time I had to put the D on my shoulders and really deliver it. And sorry, Blaine, it had to be you. It was mustache to mustache, but hey, it is what it is. 173, it's basically 200 points, give or take. Just round up. What's 26 points, 27 points, whatever. I think if you take 27 points off mine, give it to the next highest score, I'd still be in first place. So, anyways, but I just want to say thank you guys. I look forward to seeing this video in like 6 weeks from now when I go 0-6. But for now, living it up, cataclysmic catches, go Kitties!
Beautiful. That's it. Yawn up. Well, that was a hell of a promo. That's a hell of a promo he just cut right there. He said he had a script, and by golly, I believe him. Now, not to, you know what? I'm not gonna rain on your parade. You take 100 points away from you, and you still would have been the highest scoring team in the league. That's how good you were this week, Wilson. You certainly earned it. You certainly deserved it. Shit, man. It was looking like it was, 2016. I think 16. David Johnson, great game. Devontae Adams, freaking 42 points almost. Good God. Russell Wilson, he almost had 100 points just from 2 players. It's absolutely unheard of. He did 173 with basically no flex. Golly. Imagine if he could figure out that flex spot, man. Shit, he'd be cooking. So tough loss for Blaine. He definitely underperformed. Connor got hurt early on. Lockett did pretty well. Tyreek did pretty well. Gallup was looking like CD's coming for that job. Unfortunately, good game from Will Fuller. But this is what I said about Blaine. That running back room. I know most people just brush it off, but as long as you can have at least just that one stud, you're going to be okay. Connor was supposed to be that stud for him. Unfortunately, the injury bug's already back to biting him in the ass. So I do think, hopefully brighter days are ahead for Blaine. I think Wilson's obviously kind of come crashing down from the sun. He's flying a little too high right now. Yeah, good game for Wilson. Enjoy this week 1, buddy. I'm going to enjoy mine as well because I know we're both about to be cruising for a bruising. So, obviously, big week for pickups this week. Week 1 waivers are always an exciting time. A lot of money flying around. Love to see it. Obviously, the belle of the ball, the big prize was Malcolm Brown. Went for a whopping, probably league record, $67. And the second closest bid was $61. We had, I think it was 5 or 6, almost half the league, I think, put in a bid for old Malcolm. And, I know probably almost everybody in the league would have put one in for him had it not been for people getting scared away from exactly this happening, $67. A little bit of gamesmanship, today, trying to drive that price up even more. Looked like it worked. Duncan snags them for, like I said, league record 67. I hope it works out for you. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. I think, Ford ends up getting the biggest steal of waiver day today, definitely picking up Goddard for only $3. I just can't believe he's the only – I can't believe he was even on waivers. And then that it only took $3, only one bid. Ford was the only one to bid on him. Ford could have bid $1 and gotten him, Very surprising there. You got some more running backs, AP or AD, whatever his nickname is. Myles Gaskin. Let's see. Those are the only 2. And Malcolm. Had some receivers picked up, some IDPs. And then we had, first trade alert. First trade of the season, we had Plunk sending David Montgomery and Cooper Kupp to Wheeler for Robert Woods. So he's trying to upgrade that receiver depth, get a more solid number 2 receiver. Kupp's obviously going to have better days. I think buy low, obviously, for Montgomery and Cooper Kupp. But not a bad trade at all there. So, all right, let's go ahead and break into a preview of this week's matchups. Let's see, what's going to be our game of the week? It's got to be that one. Yeah, we'll do that one. All right, so we'll start off. We got the Wuhan Chemist versus the John L. Experience. Projected to be not very close. I think it's got the highest spread. Highest spread of the week, or pretty much tied for it, with Savoy projected to win 137 to 123. I don't know about some of his projections, in my opinion. I think they're a little high. I mean, he's projected to get 60 points out of 3 players. We'll see. I think he's got some tough matchups as well this week. Big question mark for me is that Godwin's dealing with concussion, late onset concussion. I guess that's a thing. So he's probably going to miss this week. If he misses this week, I don't like my chances. I would hammer Savoy at 14, minus 14.5. If he does play, I think I cover, but probably still lose. So I have a hard time believing that Savoy is going to get off to an 0-2 start, and me get to a 2-0 start, really. So we'll go with Savoy in that one. Then we got them Duke boys at it again. I think maybe for the final time. Maybe. This might be a rivalry where they'll play again. But Nick is projected to win 132 to 118. Blowout, big blowout time. I can probably buy it. I think Hawk will come off of that good week he had, probably get more around that 120 range. And I think, as much as I gave Nick's team, it looks like the real deal. I don't know how. Looking at his players, I don't know how he put up 145 last week, but I'll be damned, he did it. And I think he's going to get off to a 2-0 start. Just you can't doubt success. And I mean, Nick is the epitome of success in this league, as much as it pains me to say it. So we'll go with Nick in that one. Then we got the Cataclysmic Catches versus Wake and Drake. JD obviously changed his team name from Back Hop Your Mom to Wake and Drake. A little bit better. I like it, a little classier. Projected to be very close, 129 to 128. Honestly, could have been a contender for game of the week, especially with what Wilson did. But Wilson's no fault of your own. JD had the second lowest point total of the week, so I'm going to need to see it before I give you a game of the week. And I'm going to see, Wilson, you need to do it twice. Prove me wrong. Prove the whole league wrong, hell. I think this one should be fairly close. I don't know if JD is going to get Galladay back. Looks like he didn't practice again today. So I don't know. Wilson's got some tough matchups across the board, though. I think I'm going to go with Wilson. You know what? I'm going to go with Wilson. I think he stays hot, gets to 2-0, and unfortunately moves JD to 0-2. Then we got the Swamp Bastards and the Swamp Bastards. The Fat Bastards and the Swamp Donkeys. Excuse me. Also projected to be fairly close. Blaine is pegged to win 130 to 125. Unfortunately for him, I mean, he's got 15 points right now for Connor, projected. Not 100% sure if that's going to work out for him. Connor may or may not play. If he does, we'll see how effective he is. But I do like Blaine to bounce back, for it to kind of come back to the mean, back to reality. And spoiler alert, it's going to be some money on this game, some fab on this game. So Blaine, no pressure, but I'm counting on you. I'm going to max bet Blaine at 5.3. I'm just waiting to see if that line's going to move a little bit. But before the Thursday game, I will probably be putting some. Oh shit! I could even wait till Sunday because he has no Thursday players. Neither of them do. So yeah, max bet incoming on Blaine with the points. So stay tuned for that. Then we got Kickers Lives Matter versus Doesn't Contribute, with Duncan projected to win 123 to 119. Obviously, like we mentioned, I mentioned, not we, that Craig is dealing with the injury bug. He's got Michael Thomas banged up, Lindsey's banged up, Debo was on the IR, Marlon Mack cut, he cut him because he's on the IR as well. Try to catch lightning in a bottle with Gage. We'll see if that works 2 weeks in a row. And Robbie Anderson, I don't know. I don't know, Jim. Devontae Parker, another tough matchup, back-to-back, a brutal division for wide receivers. I mean, oh God. Especially, I feel bad for the Jets. They got to go Stephon Gilmore, Tre'Davious White, and Xavier Howard. I mean, Lord. You don't want to be a number one wide receiver on the Jets. Poor Sam. Yeah, I think Duncan gets back on track here. Again, I don't love Duncan's team, and I can't believe I'm picking him after that shit show he just performed last week. The throw up. He just threw up all over himself. But God, no. I mean, ESPN's got it right. 123 to 120 might be generous. I might think about taking the under in this one even. I wish it was just a little bit higher, but I mean, just brutal matchups across the board for both of these teams. I'm going to take Duncan on this one. This is one you just stay away from, if in all honesty. You just stay away from this game. All right, so that brings us to our game of the week. Yeah, I'm not going to get up. I'll just do an oldie but a goodie here. Our blue almond, lightly salted almonds. Blue Diamond Almonds game of the week. Blue Diamond Almonds, they got, this is the lightly salted version. It's 50% less sodium than the regular roasted salted almonds. Heart healthy. It's the American Heart Association certified, so that's encouraging. Only 2 grams of net carbs, pretty good. Good source of fiber, no added sugars, of course. Protein, fairly fatty, but nuts are fatty, so it's all right. A little bit of sodium, no cholesterol, that's good. Really, I wouldn't mind getting these without the salt. But I gotta have the roasted. I can't just do the natural. It just does not taste good to me. Blue Diamond, come out with just roasted almonds. Roasted. No salt, just roasted. I don't know why no one has that. There probably exists. I'm just an idiot. But anyway, Blue Diamond almonds, the official almond of our the Fill Me Up Daddy Fantasy Football League. So, here we go. Cheers. Oh, yeah. So good. I need to start eating these some more. I've been taking a little break since quarantine. Good stuff. All right, so battle of the quarterback. We got Josh Allen going up against Miami and Lamar Jackson down in Houston. No-brainer here. I think Josh is good. He'll have a fine day, but Lamar's going to tear that ass up all season, all day long. So go with Lamar in that one. Battle of the running backs, we have Alvin Kamara and Nyheim Hines versus Aaron Jones and Saquon Barkley. I'm going to have to give the slight edge to Rip in that one. I think Saquon is not going to perform as poorly as he did last week. Hell, if Adrian Peterson can get like 100 yards on Chicago's defense, Saquon should be able to get 200. So we'll go with Rip in that one. The battle of the receivers, we got Hopkins, Sanders, Woods versus Mike Evans, Juju, and John Brown. John Brown's got a pretty bad matchup. He's also dealing with a little foot injury, I believe. Mike Evans should be back, ready to go. I'm sure he's going to get fed this game. And Denver's lost a few of their corners already, so Juju should have a good game against them. But, Hopkins is a beast. Sanders is now the de facto number 1 receiver for New Orleans, and Woods is also a beast as well. He will have Slay on him, but I think I'm going to have to give the slight edge to Plunk in that one. Just playing the odds. Juju's not going to get 2 touchdowns. He's not going to. Mike Evans probably isn't going to catch another touchdown. Hopkins probably will. So just playing the probabilities on that one. Battle of the tight end, we got Kelsey versus Ingram. Ingram's an absolute bum. Rip has no tight end situation at all. Might be his Achilles heel. No idea why he wouldn't go after Goddard. He was too busy trying to be spiteful bitch and, put $61 down on Malcolm Brown whenever you could have got Goddard for $5 and massively improved your team. But hey, you want to dwell on the shit that happened to you, it's going to cost you, buddy. So, and I think that's a little case of what happened. You're too busy thinking about the past and not looking towards the future, how to improve your team. So we're going to go Kelsey in that one. Battle of the flex, we got Boyd versus Eckler. I think Boyd will have a better game, but I think Eckler should bounce back in a strong way as well. So we're gonna go with Rip with the slight edge at the flex, but only just. And IDPs, whatever. I'll just say this: IDPs are probably going to be gone next year. So I tried to get them out this year, to be honest, and we kept them, and look what happened. So maybe people will listen to little old lads. I don't know. We're going to go Plunk in that one. Unfortunately, I think Rip's going to fall to 0-2 and just piss him off even more. But hey, that's part of fantasy, right? It's not meant to be fun. Fantasy football is not fun, all right? It's a grind. It rips your heart out and your soul out for 16 weeks. And just one person is going to be able to lift that trophy and say, I'm the best. I'm the winner. And the other 11 people, they're going to be crying in their milk. So that's all I got to say. Everyone stay safe. No COVID tests so far from the first week of games, so that's good news. And good luck, and woo pig.